Yo, 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 what it do, what it do? Hey, we know you should saw that fresh new intro. Wasn't that shit sick? Well, we couldn't agree more, guys.
Right, we just collaborated with our boy Omar at Sun City Vibes to help create an intro that would take our podcast to the next level. Do you need help with your video editing and content creation to help elevate your business to the next level? Well, Sun City Vibes has you covered without a doubt.
Yeah, that's right, guys. Whether it's a logo reveal, a music video, drone footage, or even t-shirt printing, guys, hit up Sun City Vibes for quality work and affordable price. Shit, Omar even made us a sick ass hat. Look at this.
It's a fresh ass hat.
Fresh.
Shit's fresh.
Fresh.
So yeah, guys, go help support those that support us and hit up our boy Omar and tell him Chris and Misa sent you from the podcast and help support a local El Paso business today. Let's go. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast. Today is Saturday, June 26th. It is 2:15 in the PM on a hot ass fucking day in El Paso, Texas. Guys, we are recording our second pod of the day. And as always, our co-host, Mr. Misael, is here. Say what's up, Misa.
Yo, 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 what it do, what it do, what it do.
In the producer chair from Watch Out Loud, our boy Wesley is here. Say what's up to the podcast, Wesley.
It's 12 somewhere.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And for episode number 82, guys, we have a very special guest. His name is Steven Puga, a local comedian here in El Paso. Say what's up to the podcast.
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for having me.
Give him a fucking triple horn, Lisa.
I almost didn't because of his hat, but whatever.
Yeah, we'll get into his hat. His hat is atrocious, and we'll get into that later. So, all right, guys. So look, today's been a weird day. We don't do this often, but this is a double header. We're recording 2 podcasts in one day. The podcast that we did before this
like a marathon.
was with a locomotive player, Mr. Richie Ryan. So shout out to him for sliding through. And today, guys, we just have a plethora of guests. We have a plethora of people that want to come on the podcast and talk to us. So we got our boy Steven here.
Yes.
But before we get this podcast rolling, guys, you already know. There's a tradition, unlike any other around this motherfucker. It's called the cracking of the celebratory beer, and it sounds like this. Cheers, fellas. Thank you guys for being here. Misa, Blue,
Yes.
Wesley, Mr. Steven, thank you. I'm going to indulge, guys. Shout out to you all for listening.
ASMR.
Guys,
that should be illegal.
awesome. So, guys, we need you all. Make sure you're following us on Facebook. We need to see you all liking us on Instagram. And I need to see you motherfuckers subscribing to our YouTube channel, okay?
Yes.
And on Apple Podcasts, just leave us a rating and a review, man. That shit helps us out. So, we have a few things to talk about. Steven, we're going to get into it right now. But first, guys, I want to put an over and under. How many times Misa's going to get up to use the restroom during this?
The seal has been broken.
I'm going 2.
I was going to say
I'm going to go 2.
I'm going to say 1. I'm going to say 1. I'm confident.
You know what?
Confident.
That you guys just don't want
He's
to get
drinking.
up.
He's drinking little beers. He doesn't have a.
Look, but I saw he sat down even more now. He's like, God, I'm going to fucking hold my
No, yeah, I'm going to have to now. Have you guys seen me twitching and shit?
Have you ever been in a movie theater and you're just like, the movie's too good and you got to piss?
Oh, dude, that's the worst.
I hate that.
That's why the floor is sticky.
I thought that was the soda.
I mean, technically.
Well, you empty out the soda to pee in the cup.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good move. That's very resourceful, by the way.
Dude.
So anyways, guys, we have Mr. Steven here. Steven is a local comedian, friend of ours that we met at Scenics, which they do open mic. And we were actually there last night. Steven was there.
Were you there, Chris? Wait,
I was there.
Chris?
I was there mentally till about 10 o'clock. And then I physically left around 11:30. But bro, it's not my fault, man. We went to Twin Peaks with my boy Kevin. He was lonely, so I had to go there and help him out and drink some beer with him.
No,
and he was so lonely, I even took him to Scenics, and he had a
friend,
good time.
bro. That's a very, very good friend.
You had a good time last night?
Yeah, he had a good time. That was his first time there.
Okay.
So he had a good time. I like to take people there, because everybody likes to go out and drink, right? They're like, let's go drink and party or whatever. I'm like, how about let's go drink and laugh at some guys instead of just sitting at the same old fucking bar.
I feel like there's so many people, like 90% of the people out there do not know that they could go and have some beers and watch people tell
free
jokes.
comedy, bro.
And free comedy.
Right.
Dude,
it's fucking free, dude. And then the bar is actually cool. It's a nice spot.
Food is great.
The food is good. They have decently priced beer, so it's a win-win.
Comics are Nah, just kidding.
So yeah, Steven, talk to us a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself to the podcast audience that may not know who you are.
Well, I don't even start with that. I started doing comedy like in January.
Right.
But before that, I've always been into like social media. I'm part of a podcast in Philadelphia called Fourth and John.
Right.
They cover the Eagles, and I've been able to travel to different games and do even live coverage at the NFL draft.
Oh, no shit.
I've done before doing comedy, this is what I was doing.
Right.
I'm still going to do that. I just started at Burgess High School, 2007, and then I transferred to El Dorado. So I graduated El Dorado 2011. So 10 years already. We just went like that.
Hey.
But yeah, no, it's been a crazy couple of months, man, doing this comedy thing. And it's gone, you know, what shocked me is it's gone way better than I expected. Like when I first started, I was like, I don't know if I can hang with these guys.
Right.
But because these guys at Scenics,
it's intimidating, bro.
Yeah.
It is. It's intimidating as like Misa's gone up there one time. I've like thought about it, but it is intimidating because you see these guys like Jerry Carnes. You see like yesterday, Jibbs was there. And so like these guys are like, they go hard, dude. And like these guys that are there, Steven himself, Darius, Otis when he's there, dude, these guys bring the fucking fire, dude. Jordan is funny as fuck, dude. I love Jordan.
Yes.
That guy is hilarious.
Yes.
So
Yes.
It is intimidating because you think like, hey, I could do that. But then you see these guys and you're like, can I really fucking do that?
Well,
or
yeah.
am I going to go up there and eat ass like that one dude did yesterday?
The guy that went up, he just grabbed the mic and Jerry turned off his mic and he's talking. This dude's on the stage telling jokes. His mic's not even on. Like,
That shit was stupid as fuck, dude. But yeah, like I said, it is intimidating because you guys do put on a good show, and then it's cool that I really respect how dedicated you guys are. Every night you guys are out there at an open mic somewhere. You know what I mean?
yeah, you know, it's a sacrifice, man.
Right.
A lot of late nights, a lot of beer.
Right. You're sacrificing a lot.
Yeah, no, you sacrifice your sleep, you sacrifice your time. It's real hard to dedicate yourself to it, but once you get into it and you love it, it's really the easiest thing you could do.
Right.
The only thing is you got to be funny consistently.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is kind of hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. But you guys kill it, man. And it's cool because we've had Jerry on, we had Nico on. We've had fucking Ponchi on.
Right.
We're going to have Darius on. We're going to run through the comedian pool that we have at Scenics and get all you guys on here so you can tell your story. So you grew up here in El Paso?
Yeah, I grew up in Cielo Vista, right across
In the mall?
Well, you know what?
Look at him. He's from Hollister, bro.
Yeah, that's where I really hung out.
Right. That was the place to chill at,
You know,
right?
all the Burgess kids would either hang out at the mall or Ponder Park
Right.
or wherever. In fact, my first job I ever got was working at the mall.
Nice.
Hey,
So I would go into the store.
I work at a
fans.
mall, dude. Too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
What was the first job you worked at there?
I worked at Fans.
Fans?
Hey.
Yeah. And my friend Juan, he was the manager there at the time, and I was like in 8th grade.
Juan.
Yeah, he's good. He's a good friend of mine. I was in 8th grade, and I would just go into that store all the time because I thought it was just a cool store.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
a big sports nut.
Right. Fans is a huge sports place.
Like,
They
I
got
was-
jerseys all over.
I was literally like there almost all the time, and people thought I worked there.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're like, do you want to fucking work here
Yeah,
then?
so Juan was like, "You just want a job?" And yeah, my junior year, I got like a seasonal job
Right.
there, and that was literally my first job I ever
Nice, dude.
had. They cut me after the Christmas season. I got a check for like $300 and went and bought a PlayStation 3 with it.
Hell yeah.
That went all my
Hey.
That's what we talk about, making correct decisions in life right there.
Yeah,
Buy
but when
that
you're
PS3.
16, you don't got
Exactly,
any
dude.
responsibility.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Living
you
the
have,
life.
you're 16 years old and you have like cash coming in, so you can fucking blow it on whatever.
You know
I
what?
mean?
I still have the pay stub of that.
Right. Of
And
the
it-
check.
Your first
It's
check.
framed in his room.
Yeah, and it has, and I didn't know this. The Utah Jazz own Fans, so like on the check it has.
Oh,
the
true.
Utah
Oh,
Jazz.
no
So,
shit.
yeah.
That's what's up. I didn't know that shit either. I thought they were just like some random fucking sports store, but I guess it makes sense they have some sort of like corporate backing from an actual fucking like team. You know what I mean? That's why they're probably able to stay.
Those
fucking in
Mormons own
business.
everything.
Those motherfuckers. Bro, Mormon people are crazy, bro, for real. Like I've honestly, like I met some Mormons one time. I have a story to tell real fast. Story time with Chris. So I moved to fucking I moved to Austin for like a week. And it didn't work out because we fucking.
That sounds like a bad relationship.
It was.
You know, I dated
shout
this
out
girl
my
for a
boy.
week.
Shout out my boy Rigo.
Right off the bat.
Shout out my boy Rigo. Shout out my boy fucking Colombian. We all went on this Austin journey together. And so what it was briefly is we went to Austin to sell pest control. And it was door-to-door sales, right? We didn't know that we were going to be in a housing community in apartments full of Mormons. Full of fucking Mormons in our apartment, everything. Like there were students from all across the country and most of them were from fucking Utah. Anyways, we got kicked out because we were drinking. We were underage because the Mormons told on us. Wow, who would have known the fucking Mormons would tell on us for smoking weed and drinking and whatever. So,
well, you should have been a Mormon.
No, the funniest part is we got there and there was 2 Mormon kids that saw us and they knew that we like to smoke and drink. And they were like,
they just knew?
Dude,
they saw.
We were like their fucking saviors, bro. They were like, yes, like you guys are cool. Like you guys actually like, you know what I mean?
You influenced them.
Right.
And then you left a week later.
Well, so we all got kicked out together. They kicked out the Mormon kids with us. And one of them had nowhere to go. He's like, bro, can I just chill with y'all like for a few days? And you can leave me at the bus station and I'll go home. And so that's what we did, dude. We ended up bumming around Austin downtown with this kid. And the last day, he was like 20 years old, a college kid. The last day we dropped him off at the bus station so he could go back to Utah. His parents hated him because he got kicked out.
Did he go back with like tattoos?
Dude, I've never talked to this guy ever since, dude.
What's
it was
his name?
crazy. I don't even remember his fucking name.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're the Mormon kid from Chris's story,
I got kicked out from our fucking job in Austin. Anyways, so yeah, dude, shout out to Mormons, kind of in a way.
Well, I'm glad you helped a Mormon out.
Right, dude. I got him out of that fucking circle of fucking stupidness that they're in. And poor guy. And I changed his life almost. So
I think the Mormons need like a room springer, like the Amish people have, where they get to go away and do whatever they want and then come back. They should have
That's what they need. Yeah. Okay, so speaking about Mormons, fucking Mr. Steven, what is your religion of choice, of preference? Just kidding. You don't have to.
Satanist.
You don't have to.
When I'm on stage, yeah.
Right. Based off your dark humor that we'll get into later, you practice that Satan shit, right?
No.
Just kidding.
No.
He's the one that killing the goats out in the desert.
Is it like Hawaiian?
That's
is it like
wild?
Samoan?
Yeah.
Samoan?
Yeah. Well, my tattoo is the guy who did it was.
Oh, okay.
What do you?
But you're not? You look
How are
Samoan.
you asking him if he's Samoan?
Look at him, dude. He looks Samoan.
Dude, I'm like an anorexic Maui, dude. Like, skinny man.
You look like a Samoan guy that
Had cancer? Or
Yeah.
what?
like got, I don't know, went to the Holocaust. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know.
Okay, so now we know he's not Samoan. Why would he be Samoan? He told you.
Look at his whole arms.
He told you he was born here.
He would be this big.
Dude,
Right.
he could be born
If he
here.
was
but
Samoan,
could
he would be
Samoan.
fucking.
He just likes the movie Moana.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
a great
so
movie, by the way.
What
Great
is it?
movie.
Which one was that?
Moana.
I've never seen that one.
Moana.
It's a great movie.
Okay, cool.
You're welcome.
He doesn't watch.
I don't really like film and television that much. It's okay. I
That's
feel like
why
it's a
it's
little overrated. But anyways, Steven, so take us
He
back.
calls me old.
Take us back to young Steven.
Oh man, really awkward.
Like really, really awkward.
awkward
Were you
and
always
weird.
like a funny guy though?
Yeah, but I was like, when I was in middle school, high school, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I was fucking annoying, dude. No one liked me. Like, I mean, I had friends, but like,
Right.
I was
What
just,
type of annoying though? Like, were you like just saying jokes, or you just loud? Or
I was just like very brash. Like, if I didn't agree with something or I didn't like something, I saw I would let them know. And I like one time there was this. Like one time this girl, she dropped like her drink in front of everyone and she just stared at it while like other dudes were like cleaning it up for her. And I was like, you should pick that shit up yourself.
he was thinking about equality way before it happened.
He was calling out Sims before Sims were a thing, you know?
I was like, why are you doing that?
Right. Like she spilled that shit. Like, come on, yo, get some fucking paper
Yeah,
towels and get after it.
The look she gave me was like, how dare you talk
How
to me?
dare you tell me what
I
to
was
do?
like, don't talk to me like that. You live in Cielo Vista with me too. You're not.
She's like, you stupid Samoan.
But yeah, no. And then like my thing is like I'm obviously a big football fan,
Right.
and like I was all about the Eagles in high school, middle school. That was like my thing, and everyone knew me as that, like the guy who just likes the Eagles. Like I would like when I was in high school, I would try to talk to a girl, and they're like, "Oh, you're the guy who likes the Eagles." And I was like,
He was an eagle guy.
And then like there was this one time I was I liked this girl, and I didn't really know how to talk to her. I didn't know no confidence at all. And one of my friends was friends with her, and I was like, dude, I want to talk to that girl and like hook it up or whatever. And he's like, yeah, I got you. And I was like, yeah, just like kind of like I was like, don't tell her I like her,
Right?
But like tell her I want to meet her or something.
Right. Tell her I'm interested.
And then, fucker, he's like, he tells this girl, he's like, yeah, one of my friends likes you, and she's like, who? And he's like, oh, I'm not gonna tell you, but he likes the Eagles. She's giving
it away.
She's like, wow,
the
thanks,
Eagle
man.
guy.
Yeah.
Oh, does he go by the name of Steven? Yeah, dude, that's fucking crazy.
So what happened with her?
I don't know. She like moved.
She moved away after that.
Yeah.
She's like, this Eagle guy's around here, so I got to get the fuck
I'm out.
I'm out. Yeah, dude. So that's crazy. So at what age would you say did you realize like that you kind of wanted to do? I know you said stand-up, you've only done it recently, but at some point you had to realize like, okay, this is possibly something I could be good at, right?
Yeah. So like it's kind of funny because I've been a big fan of stand-up my whole life.
Right. Big fan, studied it, watched it.
Yeah. Well, not like me. I'm studying it now.
Right.
But I used to watch it as a fan.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now that you're doing it, it's kind of like you have to see how people do things
Right.
differently.
And it's funny you say that because like I've always had an appreciation for comedy. Like I've always found myself like when I was young, like on watching Comedy Central, all those stand-ups that they would put out.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was always drawn to that over like a fucking TV show or something, because I was like, this is actually like unique. You know what I mean? And every comedian is going to come on and tell a different story or have different jokes. So it's never going to be the same. So it's interesting you say that because like being a fan, I think really helps you like figure out, okay, this is how I'm going to position myself and how like my humor is going to be. You know?
Right. And like, I remember like when I was in 3rd grade, my parents got DirecTV, and one of the first like pay-per-view specials I ever watched was Michael Winslow. Michael Winslow is the guy who like does the voices and the sound effects.
Oh, okay.
And I like lost my mind listening to this, you know? And then a couple months later, my uncle, he has, this is at my grandma's house. He has those big vinyl records, and he has the Cheech and Chong albums. And I was like in 4th grade listening to Cheech and Chong with my uncle, and I lost my mind.
Look at him now.
Listening to Sister Mary
fan.
Elephant, Earache My Eye, Officer Stadenko, like all that shit, just like,
Right.
you know, I was like, oh, I gotta like listen to more of this and more and that, you know. And then I discovered like Lopez and Chappelle, and
Right.
I'm a big Chappelle fan.
Same.
Chappelle, I used to like sneak out of my room and like watch Chappelle show when my parents were in bed, because if they watched me, they
It's
ever
such
caught
a
me
good
watching
show.
that shit, they'd beat my ass. But
Yeah, because that shit would come on late night back in the day.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And then obviously, like your parents probably kind of knew like what kind of content and shit they were making, so they were like, we probably don't want them to see this.
Yeah. My mom wouldn't even let me watch South Park.
Were your parents like super strict?
No, not really, but they didn't want me watching that. So it was
Certain
kind of
shit.
weird.
Yeah, because if you couldn't even watch South Park, that's
Yeah,
pretty
same with me.
like.
I never watched South Park.
South Park was fucking before its time, bro.
Oh, yeah.
People don't give South Park the credit they.
And I
like,
in fact, I was just watching it today before I came out.
bro. Like I remember like being in 3rd or 4th grade and like watching South Park when it came out, and like other kids weren't allowed to watch South Park, you know. And I was like, you guys are fucking missing out, bro.
Fucking losers.
You know what's funny? What's funny is when I was like 7 years old, I had a Nintendo 64.
Oh yeah.
And my mom every Friday used to take me to
like Blockbuster or fucking
and
Hollywood Video.
and I had no idea what South Park was, but I saw the cover and I was like, oh, this looks like
looked
a cool
appealing,
game.
right?
And I grabbed the game.
It was a good game. Oh my
Dude,
god,
yeah.
I love the
Yeah.
N64 South Park game.
And
Play it.
like it blew my mind, like the things these kids were saying on this.
Yeah, dude,
They
it's
could
like-
say that?
Yeah, like when
It's
you would-
because that game was rated M.
yeah,
Like,
and when you would like toggle to pick Eric Cartman, he'd be like, "I'm gonna kick you in the nuts."
Yeah.
Like that was like his tagline. Exactly like that. And then the next day, this is funny as shit. The next day, the PE coach at school was like yelling at me or something, and I was like, "I'm gonna kick you in the nuts." Dude, I got
And
in
that's
trouble,
why your
man.
parents didn't fucking let you.
And that's how like and I was like, "You're not playing
They
this
called
ever
it.
again."
No, you know what? You're gonna be an Eagles fan from now on, all right?
That's
dude, that's crazy, man. Fucking South Park. But for real, like those guys, Like the writers on that show, dude, they make fun of anything. Like anything goes on that show, and it's cool because they even do it to the point where they're like criticizing some of the things that like happen in whether in our culture, whether it's like the government or like the shootings.
Kind of like The Simpsons, right?
And they never get canceled.
Right.
They never do it the right way.
They know how the writers there are fucking brilliant, dude. And they're like some of the best comedy writers you'll ever fucking see. Yeah. And then what's cool is that show still feels organic. Like it still feels very much like the way it was when.
Is it still going on?
Yes, dude.
Yeah. Like there's still
I
new
remember
episodes coming out?
Yeah, I remember the first episode was Carmen gets an anal probe.
Oh,
and the fucking aliens come and abduct his ass. And they take him and put a fucking probe in his
and every
butt.
time he farted, like a giant satellite would come out, like up his ass.
What I mean about organic in the sense that still today in the episodes that they put out, they have these like lavish fucking schemes of jokes, dude.
Or they had giant Barbara Streisand as a robot, like Godzilla.
I'm gonna have a conversation with
yeah, dude.
mom.
South Park is the fucking shit.
Yeah,
I think South Park, like over any animated fucking series, like even Family Guy and The Simpsons, like those were good, but South Park, their longevity and like the way they make fun of like culture and the way things happen in the world is fucking A1, bro, for real.
It holds up.
Yeah, dude, it holds up really
what I
well.
want to know is when was the first time you did comedy? Your first stand-up, where was it at? When?
It was at Scenics in late January of this year.
Oh, no shit.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was pissed. Okay, so the first week, so before comedy and the pandemic and all that stuff, I used to go to, I still do. I would go to Scenics every Friday. Like that's my place where I hang out.
Right. Just to have a beer.
Yeah. Cause I don't like to drink in where I live. Cause I see all my high school friends and I don't want to talk about shit I did like 10 years ago. You know?
Yeah.
So like I go to Scenics and I get away from everybody and it's cool cause nobody really plays music on the touch tunes thing. So I get to play my music.
It makes it like your bar.
Yeah.
Like literally your bar.
And so like
playing the music.
It's his bar now.
Yeah, dude. Like if you're in charge of the music,
every Friday.
that's
I would be there every Friday. And right after they just reopened, I'm there sitting down and like I see Jerry. I never met Jerry. I never seen him before in my life. He walks in, he starts setting up his
like
speakers,
the backdrop and the speakers and shit.
And I'm like,
he's like, you want a vaccine shot?
No, not yet. You want to touch pee-pees?
Fucking Jerry.
But yeah, no, he
stupid ass.
And I was like, God, like, I was pissed. I was like, fuck, I don't want to hear comedy. Like, I want to listen to my music and get fucked up. Okay.
Oh.
Like I was like infuriated that the comics were there.
Right.
And I wasn't
like you saw Jerry's like somebody's just trying to take over and shit.
Yeah, I was like,
You must have felt the way the Native Americans felt when the Europeans and Americans just bulldozed them
I was
over.
infuriated. And then
Right.
I listened to the guys and they were okay. They were funny.
Right.
And but yeah, I was like more upset that I didn't get to hear my music.
Right.
And
So real fast, what type of music would you be playing or what?
it just depends what kind of mood I'm in.
Right.
Like I'd play like sometimes I play R&B, sometimes I play blues, Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Right.
There you go.
It just depends what mood I'm in.
Okay.
But yeah, like
I said, dude, it's like it's his bar at that point.
That's what I'm saying.
He shows up
yeah,
and it's like,
so like
He's all, get out of my bar.
and I thought it was like an actual comedy. I didn't know it was an open mic. I thought it was like an actual show they were doing, which is what he does. But I didn't know like anybody could go up there, like the dude last night who was just up there bullshitting. Like he didn't get an introduction or anything. He just went up there.
He just went up there and just started doing things.
Like, yeah, and I was just like, man. So I talked to Rogelio Avila and I was like, dude, anybody can go. He's like, yeah. He's like in his Mexican accent. He's like, yeah, you could just sign the paper and Jerry brings you up. And I was like, really?
fucking Jerry uses his receipt of all the beer that he bought that night. Like he's like, sign behind here.
And so I was like, okay. And then I'm listening to these guys. I'm like, I think I'm gonna try this. So like I went home that night and I came up with like 5 minutes. And my first joke that I ever told on stage was about necrophilia.
Wow.
Yeah, Steven would. Yeah,
the bat, dude.
That's you, bro. Yeah.
Oh,
And,
Jesus Christ. Let me set the tone here, guys.
He's like,
Guys, don't kink shame. Don't kink shame.
No, he's all like I said, this is my bar.
yeah. And ever since
fucking
then,
Steven.
I've been hitting it hard. Now I'm just
You know what's funny, dude, that fucking Misa said is how like Jerry literally will have the list of everybody on a fucking random receipt. But it's cool because everybody's like cool with it. They're like, yeah, let me see that shit. Let me get on there. Like, you know what I mean? It's like a very like, I don't know, like a very unformal way of fucking doing it, but at the same time, everybody's like,
It's
yeah,
like the
whatever.
most legit unformal way to do it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
dude,
if your
it's-
name's not on the receipt, you ain't going up there.
Pretty much.
Yeah, dude. So were you super nervous the first time you went up there?
I had to like get really inebriated to go
Right.
there.
Got
'Cause
it.
I was just so nervous.
You had like 7 tequila shots.
I had like 4 or 5 like shiners,
Okay.
and then I had a shot of Jaeger, and I was like, all right, let's do this. Like, and I was the last guy to go up.
Damn.
Oh man,
Headliner. Headliner.
Yeah, and Rogelio was like, yeah, go, and I went up there, and I actually did all right my first time.
Right.
And I was like, fuck, these people are actually laughing at the things I'm saying, which is
Yeah.
amazing.
Right.
Because
Because that's all you could want, right?
yeah.
How soon after that did you go again?
I didn't go back the next week. Something came up, but then after that, I started going
Weekly?
weekly. Yeah, and then one of the other times I went to one of Jerry's other mics on the east side at Crown and Eagle when I just barely got in. So yeah, it's been all right. It's been a lot of fun.
Fucking Jerry only does that. Like he goes to the east side just to sell his shit, like just to go to his cussies.
Just like he
Yeah,
puts up up front.
yeah.
He's like, hey, we're here doing comedy, but I
Yeah.
got fucking 2 for 30. Hit it up.
Hey man, on Fridays I'm on the west side though.
That's fucking funny, dude. That's what's up, dude. So what is like the hardest part about doing comedy to you? Like, is it the writing? Is it actually trying to figure out how to deliver the jokes in a way which they come off funny to the audience? What's the hardest part that you think?
The hardest part is probably putting a joke together, because when you tell jokes like the jokes that I tell, they have to be well written.
Right.
Like you can't fuck up,
Right.
because if you mess up one word, the
Throws
whole
it all
joke
off.
just
Yeah.
and it's happened to me. Like, you've seen it where like guys go up there and they're not really prepared. And granted, it's an open mic, you're there to practice stuff, but I like to go up prepared, and I practice my shit. Even at home, like I'd lock myself up and I'd like just recite my jokes over and over again until I get it right, because I want to like be prepared and make sure the story that I'm telling, as messed up as it is,
Yeah.
to make sure it's well written and the people understand it, and whether they laugh or not is up to them.
Right.
So
Okay. That's what's up, dude. That's a good way to look at it.
Dude, with this comedy, I think it's just like everybody wants to laugh, but
yeah,
like some of the people are like, I don't know if I should, but deep down they know they want to laugh. Like,
especially with cancel culture now.
yeah. Well,
It's like-
what's funny is about 2 months ago, Mona Bar downtown started doing open mics, and the very first show that they had, I went up there and the place was packed, and of course I go up there and no one laughs. The place is completely dead silent after I hit every punchline.
yeah.
And I made fun of everything, and I don't know if they were like in shock that I was saying these things, or because I wasn't funny.
it was
No, it's
Twitter.
just-
you were making jokes to Twitter.
Yeah.
So they were all offended.
Yeah. And they were just staring at me like, oh my God, like, why is he saying this? And I'm like, it's fucking comedy, guys. Like,
All right.
and that used to bother me. Like, that used to bother me a lot when people don't laugh.
Right.
But now I've just learned to like relish in it because they're paying attention.
Right.
So like, it's like last night I was telling these jokes and I opened up with a cancer joke about my ex-girlfriend.
It's always a strong one to go in.
And
Wait, what was the joke?
the joke is, so
I think you missed them. Yeah.
Did you miss?
I think you shut up late.
Oh yeah. So like, I basically say like, a couple of months ago, my ex-girlfriend, she calls me and she's like, Steven, I have cancer. And I'm like, well, you shouldn't have cheated on me.
That's why you have cancer, bitch.
Karma's a bitch.
That's on you.
And I was like, don't even, and I told her like, don't even ask me to donate to your GoFundMe.
This is what I meant when I said dark humor, guys. I wasn't playing around, man.
I don't fuck around.
Yeah, dude. He doesn't fuck around with his jokes, but it's cool because like you can't be going to those fucking open mics and being all like super serious or super sensitive. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, people think that you're gonna go and say like a knock knock.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it's like,
well,
who's there?
well, I mean, like humor just comes in all different fucking like types and forms, and something that you might not think is funny could be hilarious to someone else. You know what I mean? Like, especially when it's something like super abrasive or like when you're calling out something. Some people aren't going to react the way you'd like, but who knows? You might have that fucking crazy guy where he actually had a girlfriend that hit him up after she cheated on him and it was like, hey, I had cancer.
His humor is kind of like that, saying that this is like tragedy is just humor misunderstood.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I've seen where like last night, because Phoenix is pretty well lit, so you can see everybody.
Right.
And I'm still like, last night I was telling my jokes and I was trying so hard not to laugh at the people not laughing. Cause they're like this one lady was sitting with her daughter and the friend, they were just staring at each other like they're looking at me, they're looking at it. I'm just like, it's okay to laugh. These are just jokes. I'm not an asshole in real life.
It's just a fucking joke. Just fucking, like, it's okay. You know what I mean? But it's one of those scenes where they probably might not have been expecting that.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's funny because the thing that I love about the comics in El Paso is everyone has like their own style,
Right.
their own voice. Like you have Darius who gets up there and he starts singing and dancing sometimes.
Doing fucking voice impersonations and
Anthony
shit.
Austin Brown does that. You have Jerry who's just fucking loud.
Right.
Yeah.
He's just a mamon, bro. That's what he
have
is.
Julian, who just tells his own
Julian's
story.
funny.
Oh, I forgot Julian was on the podcast.
Julian's
Shout out to
awesome.
Julian.
Yeah. And then you have me.
Right.
So like
Here comes a funny asshole.
yeah. Like, and I just like, people think, and I say my jokes with like so much like seriousness that people actually believe that I'm being serious. Like, cause I don't go up there and like, hey guys, how's it going? Like, what's going on? No, I go up there and I'm like, all right, guys.
It's like nonchalant.
Abortion. Like, and like people like are like, oh my God. And like these are just fucking jokes, man.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, granted, I'm a little on the edgy side, dark side, but I mean, I think that's just fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Same here, dude.
Yeah.
I've always thought about, like a lot of people like one comedian that I like Daniel Tosh. You know, like,
Daniel's awesome.
Like I think to me, like him and like I forgot his name. But like dark humor like that is something that like everybody could relate to.
Mm-hmm.
Like even if like you're going through it, like if we're talking about like cancer or something, like you could take that and actually make it into anything that happens in life, whether it's dark or not, you can make it into something funny.
Yeah.
And
It's almost like making a positive out of a negative.
yes, dude.
In the world, instead of like just being sad all the time.
Well,
Right.
it's funny you say that. So Yesenia, the owner of Phoenix, her brother, he works at a plumbing supply store that his mom owns. And we go there sometimes to pick up supplies. And one time I was talking to Sammy, her brother, Yesenia's brother, about like the jokes that I tell. And he's like, how do you like, he went up there and told me, he's like, I think it's funny that you go and say these things and it's even funnier to see the crowd react to you.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, and I told him, yeah, like people get really mad when I make fun of like funny shit, like, or messed up stuff. And I have this joke about throwing a kid in a wheelchair down the stairs.
I have this joke. It's nothing crazy. But.
And
The titles are just hilarious of these jokes.
yeah, and like one of the ladies that works there also, she's overhearing this conversation and she's hearing me talk about what I'm saying. And then she comes up to me and she's like, you do comedy? I was like, yeah. And she's like, you make jokes like that? And I thought she was going to give me like the whole
props,
the whole Karen speech.
Oh,
Like I thought you shouldn't be saying, because I've had that happen to me. You shouldn't be saying that. And I'm just like,
my son's
yeah. So, and then, you know what? It blew my mind because, you said making a negative into a positive. She tells me, she's like, my daughter has multiple sclerosis. Do you want to hear some of the jokes that I make about her?
Hey.
And I'm just like, you're awesome. Like,
yeah, bro.
she's like, yeah, my daughter, like, she's in a wheelchair now. And she makes jokes about herself all the time. Like, what else are you going to do? Like,
yeah. If you secure it and you try and like protect like whatever situation you're in, you're just making yourself sad and angry all the time.
You're choosing to be like that.
Everybody around you is having a great time.
Yeah. And like, aside from helping my dad at the plumbing business, I help out at a funeral home also. So like you can imagine the things that I see
my God.
every day.
Yeah,
That's
for sure.
And that's where like the dark humor literally comes from.
Right. So I actually put that in the rundown. I want to talk to you about that on the second half because even Wesley has some questions.
I have a very important question
about fucking working at a funeral
Mm-hmm.
home. And I think that'll be good because fucking Wesley posed a good question, and I was like, dude, you son of a bitch. You're right. You know what I mean? So yeah, let's do that, dude. Let's get into that on the second half. But before we take a break, I just want to ask you real fast. Out of all the places you've performed here in El Paso, like which bar or like venue would you say is your favorite to perform at?
Probably Scenics.
Scenics, just because it feels like home. It's home court.
Because it's his bar.
Well, that and
he
like,
owns the bar.
It's like the closest thing that we can get to a comedy club,
Right.
without being at the comic strip.
Right. Yeah. I feel that because like most of the nights, some of the nights we go there, and some people won't stop fucking talking, and I get annoyed because I'm like, bro, shh.
Well,
Like,
most of the time it's
you know
the
what I mean?
fucking comedians that are fucking talking.
Yeah. Well, they all stay in the
Well,
back.
yeah, they stay in the back.
Yeah.
That's fine. But like the other day or like 2 weeks ago, we went and this group of like young kids sat in the very fucking front and was fucking just talking the whole time. And like, I get pissed. I'm not even going up there, but I'm just like, bro, shh. Like, go talk about your stupid fucking whatever you guys were doing outside.
Fortnite.
You know what I mean? Fortnite. How did you know I was going to say Fortnite?
Scenics is fun because it's
The environment, man.
It's a small place, and like people are for the most part attentive. I've done open mics where like it's a complete like shit show, dude, and I can't even concentrate.
Right.
Like, it's so loud that I can't even hear myself,
No shit.
and I hate that. So Scenics for sure is like my favorite spot.
Right.
Hey,
Hell yeah, dude.
I've
Yeah,
never
that's what's
been.
up.
I really got to go with
You gotta go. You gotta come with us, dude.
Yeah.
Fridays in the night, and for
I'll be
anybody
there.
listening, you guys should hit it up. Free comedy, free open mic. Me and Misa frequent the place fairly
It's
often,
fun, man.
and I like to take new people that haven't been there, so you can kind of catch the vibe, see what's going on, and realize like when everyone's like, "There's nothing to do, El Paso, nothing to do." My baby daddy hates me.
I'm a little scared. Chris went full Karen right there.
I got
Nothing to do. I need a beach.
You always see those dumb girls like they go
Bruh.
to like the beach like one time,
Right.
and then
We have a beach. We just don't have the
Bro,
water
have you
with
even
it.
been to the beach? The beach isn't even that cool. It's okay to look at, but there's sand everywhere. It's hot.
but you always
That's us.
There's no beer. Like,
fucking
you always see like those girls, they go to the beach like one time and then they come back from vacation and like the very next week, I'm in El Paso, take me back to the beach.
Right.
Like, shut the fuck up,
Yeah.
stupid bitch. Like,
yeah, dude.
no one
God damn
fucking
it.
cares.
So, for all the basic ass fucking bitches out there that be doing all that stupid shit, don't do that shit. Hey, there's no use for it. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
all right, guys, we're coming up on the 37th minute mark here.
Ooh wee.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna take a quick break, and then when we come back, please, someone said please. He's got it. Somebody's
we're
got
out of beer,
piss.
man.
He's just holding that piss.
Right.
He's
He's-
trying to-
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's true.
totally forgot. I think I pissed myself. Shit.
So we're gonna take a break. When we come back, we're gonna talk to fucking Steven about working at the funeral home, like we said, and then have some trending topics. We got to talk about some building collapse in Miami that's not good, and somebody fucking decapitated a dude's head in Las Cruces. So we'll get into that.
That's your new joke. That's your new joke.
But we'll do that on the second half, guys. So make sure you guys are following us on Facebook, liking us on Instagram, subscribing to our YouTube channel, Apple Podcasts, leave a rating and a review.
Yes.
Episode number 82, conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast, featuring friend of the podcast, Steven Puga. We were going to take this break, and we will be right back.
Yo, what it do? Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast is sponsored by top quality and handcrafted products made by I&I Glass. I&I Glass products are blown here locally in the 915 and range in uses from pipes, pendants, jewelry, decorations, and even goddamn motherfucking hummingbirds, and much, much more. So make sure you go and hit up our boy Aaron Lee at I&I Glass and tell them that your boys, Chris and Misa, sent you, all right? And you go and support a local El Paso business motherfucking today, all right? Thanks.
All right, guys, we are back from break. Episode number 82, featuring friend of the podcast, Mr. Steven Puga.
Yes.
Thank you for being here, Steven,
Oh,
today. We
no,
really
thank
do
you, guys.
appreciate it, man. Thank you for coming to the studio.
Oh, thank
and
you guys.
hanging out with us.
This is like the first podcast I've ever done that doesn't have anything to do with the Eagles or any type of
That's not
athletic.
Like a sports thing? Thank God.
We'll get into that.
Thank God, yeah.
Eagles, God bless.
Fucking Eagles, dude. I feel bad for you, honestly. You and like, I have my little cousin Nick. He's like my brother. He's an Eagles fan too. So
cool.
like, you guys are cool, but like,
Dude, my
you guys
daughter
could be a lot cooler. You
my
know
daughter joined a volleyball team. The first time ever on the team, and it's the Pink Eagles.
Jesus.
wow.
Now they're pink.
Yeah, now they're pink, and I was like, come on.
Nice.
Worse, man.
Well, you know what's ironic? My middle school team, my middle school football team, we went undefeated the whole entire season, and our mascot was the Cowboys, and we had the same colors as the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh shit!
Remember that movie from back in the day, The Little Cowboys?
The little giants.
The Little Giants.
That's close enough. Close enough. So the Cowboys were in the movie. The Cowboys were in the movie. So
they
you're
were.
good.
They were.
Yeah,
They were.
Little Giants, dude. That movie was the fucking shit.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, that movie was cool. And then you know what was crazy? I used to work at Entertainment, right? Which was right here on the west side. They used to sell like old movies, like and used movies and shit. Dude, that movie was like one of the most coveted fucking movies that people would come looking for. And it used to cost. We would sell it brand new for like $30.
No.
Yes, dude.
What?
Because nobody ever would sell that movie to us. We didn't have any used
Until
copies.
Netflix and HBO.
Well,
Max
now
came
everything's
along.
different, but like this was like about 7 years ago, 7 years ago. So people were still buying DVDs on the regular. And dude, that movie, brand new, that one and The Lion King, brand new, $30.
They need to make movies like that, like again.
Isn't there that movie with the Eagles with like Mark Wahlberg?
Invincible. Yeah.
Invincible?
That's
Is
a
that
true story.
Yeah, that
I
movie,
know it's a
fucking
true story.
25 cents for that piece of shit. Just kidding. Yeah, but
I gotta ask, dude. Like,
why are you an
since you
Eagle?
were little, yeah. Since you were little, like, you have family members that were Eagle fans.
Yeah. So my uncle.
are you an Eagle yourself?
Yeah.
Samoan Eagle.
You know, so when before I get into that, when I was in, when I was in,
Eagles don't even make that noise.
No,
No.
well, whatever.
Yeah, they screech. Can somebody
When
do an eagle?
Dude, shut up. Let him talk.
Like basically.
yeah. Well, so when I was in high school, in English class, they were like, you know how like in English class they make you like read poems and shit.
Right.
The teacher wrote this poem. He read this poem where he was like the first line in the poem was, "The eagle is my power," and like everybody in the class looks at me like, God damn it!
Expecting you to get like full Goku.
But, no, but my
Okay, so hold on.
you learn?
You got all upset because I wouldn't stop laughing. And I'm laughing because of that stupid ass fucking noise he makes. And he thinks it's an eagle.
Well, whatever, dude. So
Well, whatever, yeah.
yeah. So
God bless, bro. Sorry. Sorry.
my first sport was actually basketball.
Right.
I was into basketball before I got into
what team?
football.
What team, bro?
I didn't really have a team. Bless his heart. Kobe Bryant was
bless
my
Kobe's
favorite
heart for real.
favorite basketball player, and I had all his shoes, all his jerseys. I liked the Lakers; they were cool.
Right.
But
You're a player.
I was more of a Kobe Bryant
Right.
fan. Like I would like tease or tell my mom like, take me to the mall to buy the jerseys for me. You know,
Right.
I want all his jerseys: the white one, the purple one, the gold one, whatever.
Different
all his
number
shoes,
one, yeah.
all his shoes. And then my uncle, he lived in Philadelphia for a while because he was a physician. And one summer when I was like maybe like 10 or 11 years old, he flew me. No, he drove me from Alamogordo, where he lived when he moved down here, back to
Philly.
I want to say Philly, yeah, because we trailered a car to a car show, and I like that's how I got infatuated with like Philly, the Eagles, the 76ers. So
it's like if I was to go to Philly right now, it's nothing but like Eagles and like 76ers.
well, not
Kinda
the 76ers right now because everyone's
Well, yeah, because they fucking dropped the ball.
no, but
Ben Simmons is a wanted man out there.
The Eagles run Philly.
Right,
Like that's their team.
They have very passionate fans
Yeah,
too. By the way.
and like it just kind of like I didn't expect to be like the big Eagles fan that I am now.
Right.
Right.
It was just like something that just happen.
Inspired you at the moment.
And like I remember like the first NFL game I went to, I was like 8 years old. My uncle took me to see the Eagles play the Cowboys at the old Cowboys Stadium.
Oh shit!
And
who won?
The Eagles did.
Hey, that's why you became an Eagles
They beat
fan.
the shit out of the Cowboys that game. No offense, Cowboys fan, but like,
who's a Cowboys fan?
Dude.
but yeah, no, this was like back in the early 2000s when like the Eagles were finally like starting to take off,
Right.
and yeah, that's how I got into it.
Who's your favorite Eagle player of all time?
Brian Dawkins. In fact,
Brian Dawkins. That's a good one.
Damn.
That's a fucking solid one.
In fact, I went.
Wesley's like, is that a fucking like a Chinese meal or something?
Dude, I'm not even on camera. Why are you calling me out
It's
right now?
because your face. We said Brian Dawkins. He's all.
Yeah,
I got it. I got
woke
it in
up.
appreciation. Okay.
and he, I went to go see him get enshrined in the Hall of Fame.
Oh no shit!
Yeah, I went.
what's up,
I
dude.
went to the NFL. Hall
Brian
of Fame.
Dawkins was hard, bro.
Yeah,
he was fucking
fucking-
hard, bro.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he's my favorite Eagle of all time.
Dude, lockdown corner right there.
I thought he was gonna say T.O.
No.
No,
I mean, I like T.O.
Well,
as a
T.O.
player.
went hard, bro. And T.O. even played in that Super Bowl with the broken leg,
Yeah.
bro. That's like some admirable shit right there.
Mhm.
He played in a Super Bowl with a broken leg.
His leg was broken and he still played in the
He had like
fucking Super
120
Bowl, bro.
yards receiving.
Yeah. And not only just played, balled out, bro.
That man was on drugs.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was, dude.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. But like, this is how it started. Like, the Eagles are basically why I'm on social media.
Right.
So like back in the mid 2000s, I want to say like 2007, 2008, the Eagles website used to have this show called Eagles Live. And it was like a beat writer or somebody talking about the Eagles. And then next to the camera, they had next to the screen, they had like a little chat room box and everybody put in their name or their username or whatever. And that's how I got started on
By it's just chatting.
interacting with the
other
show.
Eagles fans
Right.
all over the world or the country, whatever.
Right.
And then Twitter came along, and then that's how it kind of just like snowballed into
Right.
like this thing. And then before I knew it, like I have all these followers that are just football fans, and I'm a football fan.
Right.
And it just took a life of its own. And like I'm part of that podcast that covers the Eagles. Like I got to do the NFL draft live coverage right after the Eagles won the Super Bowl in the Cowboys.
No.
Yeah. So I got to do that. And then the NFL, out of all places, the NFL draft was in Dallas right after the Eagles won the Super Bowl.
Just to rub it in.
Just to rub it
So
in.
Just to
the
rub
Cowboys
it in.
fans were real happy to see us that day, those
Yeah.
3 days. And then I got to go to a couple of playoff games when they went to the Super Bowl. I've done what have I done? I've been to like so many games. I
Okay,
can't
most
remember.
favorite game that you've been to.
Most favorite game.
The one that
Or
just
best-
sticks with
or
you.
the best one
The
that
one
you've
that
been to.
sticks with you. Like right now, the first thing that you think of is that game you went to. It just stuck with you for a reason.
Probably the playoff game against the Falcons. Because yeah, it was when it was like down to the minute. The Falcons were like on the 2-yard line, 4th down, no time left. All they had to do was score and they won, and the Eagles held. And it was cold as shit that day, dude. That was like literally the cold, and that's why I think it's my favorite because it was so cold.
You still
Yeah, because when I landed in Philly that weekend, it was like 60 degrees and humid, and this was in January, and it was nice. And then like overnight, the day of the game, the temperature dropped like 40 degrees.
Jesus.
So at kickoff, it was like 19 degrees.
Holy
Imagine getting hit
shit.
in that weather.
Yeah,
It
getting
was
like
cold
played
as
in weather
fuck.
like that.
And
yeah.
and you know what? It's crazy because I've seen the really good and I've seen like the really bad. And I've been there when things go wrong. Like, and it's a sight to see like Eagles fans react.
There's two different sides of them, right?
Yeah.
Depending on
but
what
also
happens.
one of my favorite games was when the Eagles played the Steelers. This was in 2016. I went to that game, and it was like the battle of like Pennsylvania, like
Right.
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania,
Right.
Philly, and like
Shout out to Pennsylvania.
those people fucking hate each other, dude. Like, because
They get-
they throw hands and shit.
well, because the Flyers and the Penguins are big rivals,
Right.
but the Steelers and the Eagles don't really play that often.
Right. They're in
So-
different fucking conferences, so they don't.
So yeah, so when the game happened, when the game was going on, man, like, and the Eagles beat the shit out of the Steelers that game, but like the Steelers fans were like talking mad shit before the game, and then after the game, like we were grabbing their terrible towels and like throwing them.
No, it's just causing more shit to happen.
Yeah, dude, that's wild, dude. That's what's up, dude. Fucking, I'm a Cowboys fan. Misa likes on a team. I don't know if you've ever heard of them, the Los Angeles Chargers.
Never.
Yeah, he's a loser like that.
Now I think the Eagles played the Chargers this year too. So I might go to that one.
Okay, that's what's up. Blue, who's your team? Panthers.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Panthers.
I thought you said Panthers. I was like, oh, it's even worse with this one.
It's funny you say that because I went to high school with Aaron Jones.
Oh,
No
you
shit.
did? That's what's up.
Yeah.
I might as well be an Eagles fan. I'm from Pennsylvania.
So
Right.
there you go.
So
There you go.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like we got this fucking. So for the people that can't see, there's an Aaron Jones touchdown squares box, his cereal. My wife picked them up at fucking Vista Market one day. And shout out to Aaron Jones. So you went to fucking high school, dude. I love how he reps the 915. By the way.
Oh, yeah, that's
fucking
awesome.
badass.
Yeah.
Dude, he ripped Taco Tote.
ignore the dust on
What?
the top of it.
Taco Tote.
He's like a sponsor there.
Yeah,
man.
he got sponsored by.
They had a video of him like making food there, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
Not just that, but he wore his shoes, and his shoes were
Taco Tote?
the Taco Tote on there, dude. Fucking dope.
That's what's up, dude. Fuck yeah. Shout out to
Shout
Aaron
out. Get
Jones.
some more shit.
So you went to high school with this guy?
Yeah. He
Oh wow.
he was incredible. I mean, he's incredible now, but in high school, I was a junior. Right before I transferred, he came in as a freshman, and he like optical illusion like on the field, like
Right.
he would be like running as fast as he could, and it looked like he was just like jogging while like all these little Mexican kids from Bowie are trying to tackle him, like they can't, he couldn't catch him. And I was just like, how the fuck
I was
is-
thinking like
all
Steven.
legs.
I was thinking like Steven ran into him one time and then like talked shit to him, and then
no,
like,
he's actually
he
very,
just like took into it, and then like it just like drove him to be who he is. And because of
He
Steven,
made Aaron Jones.
and because of Steven,
He's like, I'm gonna beat that Eagles guy.
no, he's talented, man. He's awesome. He's an
Dude,
awesome
he's a
running back.
fucking badass, bro. He's
And his
just fucking
brother's
stud.
just as good. He just he
Yeah.
plays defense. Yeah.
Right, Alvin Jones.
Mhm.
Yeah, dude. Yo, like,
wait, he has a brother. His
Yeah.
brother, is he in the NFL as well?
Yeah, I think he was on the Ravens practice squad, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, he's not at the same level that in his pro career that Aaron is at, because Aaron's like a starter, like
Well,
starting
Aaron, I
running
know
back.
you're listening, bro. Hopefully, we have you on soon.
But yeah, like fucking, they even have like a foundation where they just started and like helping out like family members of military people, like when they're deployed. So like they have a whole foundation that's dedicated to that too.
That's cool.
So
Yeah,
it's
his-
pretty
his-
fucking badass.
you know,
He gives back to the community too, dude.
Yeah, and bless his heart. His
Yeah.
dad was a great guy too.
Right. His
yeah,
dad
right.
recently passed away.
Yeah, his dad was always at the games,
Right.
and I would always talk to him. And,
Cool. That's what's up.
Aaron and Alvin, man, like Alvin's he's funny as hell, man.
Right.
Like he can come in here and make you guys just as laugh as one of the comedians do. But
Right.
yeah, like it's just yeah. But shout out
I
to
saw,
Aaron, man.
yeah, dude. I saw like during grad season, they threw like a party at like for like Montwood or one of these schools on the east side. These guys showed up to the party
Oh yeah.
and were like on stage, and like everyone was going fucking crazy, bro.
Wow, that's
It
awesome.
was fucking like legit as fuck, dude. So let's so we talked about the Eagles for a long time there. I forgot that we wanted to ask you about working at the fucking funeral
Okay.
home.
Okay.
Because fucking Wesley brought up a good point earlier, but
What I want to know is how did you get into the whole?
yeah, but
funeral
like,
home?
yeah, is this like a family thing or like?
No, so
Breaks up a fucking casket.
That's a funeral home.
that's a selection room right there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Damn, that's a
look at him.
selection room.
Yeah,
Okay,
a selection room.
Yeah.
I know a little Brandon shit over here. Nice.
So right after high school, I got into the EPCC Fire Tech Academy.
Right.
And
Trying to be a firefighter.
yeah, I tried. Went horrible.
He caused fires.
Yeah, and like I just wasn't really enjoying it. Like I felt like it was a goal of mine, but it just wasn't like
For you.
something that I was like gonna be passionate about. You know,
Right.
I was just doing it because I thought it was cool.
It's like Chris doing rap. Just wasn't for him.
Yeah.
Right. It was something I thought was cool and that I was like, I thought I was good at, but then other people were like, yeah,
Yeah,
your
no.
boy Sam's a lot better than you. So I'm like, okay, cool.
And so like I quit that, and then I didn't have any money, dude. I was broke. I had like $10 in my wallet, and I was like, I need a job, because my mom was like, you need a job. Like, you can't stay here all day and just bullshit.
Right.
As they do.
So
as parents usually do, they make you get fucking jobs.
yeah. So
Those bastards.
I went to my dad and I was like, any place that's hiring? He's like, well, why don't you go to the Vargases? The Vargas family owns the San Jose Funeral Homes. And I'm like, okay. And that was like my backup plan to like get into the mortuary business.
Right.
And I walked into San Jose Funeral Home during a service with a hoodie and some jeans and some Air Force One.
Asking for an application.
Asking for an application.
Looks like a cult leader with his hood on coming in.
He
like,
would.
I'm here.
Steven would.
And this Mexican lady, her name's Rosalina, super nice, sweet lady. She's like, okay. And she takes me she like hands me an application, and
she's like, shh.
I fill it out, and I bothered them all week to hire me. I called them every day.
That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do.
I need this job.
Right.
And I had to talk to this guy named Ted, and they interviewed me. And then the Vargas, one of the Vargas brothers, Steve, he's the owner. He sits down with me and he's like, can you just fill out your application again? Because something went wrong. And so I'm filling it out. And he sees my last name. He's like, Puga. And I was like, yeah. He's like, are you the plumbing Pugas? And I was like, yeah, that's my family. He's like, oh, dude, we've been calling you guys for years to like clean our pipes.
You guys been unclogging our pipes for years.
And no, seriously, because the owner's father knew my grandfather.
Okay.
Because they lived in the same neighborhood. So he was like, okay, well, when can you start? And I was like, whenever you want. And that was on a Friday. And then literally like the next
7 a.m. Saturday morning. There he is.
Ted calls me and he's like, hey man, can you work today? And I was like, sure. And it's a Saturday. And I was like, yeah. So I didn't have a tie or anything. I just put on like a black shirt with my black suit on. And I worked the service that was like 3 hours. It was like a little it was a nice service, but and I'm like,
nobody important.
Well, I mean, it was just a service, for somebody that died.
God bless fucking Misa. Nobody important.
I had to like
think of the family, bro.
I mean, you talk about like being thrown into the wolves. Like,
you're an asshole.
when I like 5 minutes into the job, like there's like people screaming in the chapel, just looking at their loved one.
Oh man,
like just like a wail, like and like you feel it. Like, it's
shit.
like, and I'm like, I don't know, like, can I do this? I can. Can I? And I was just like,
shut up.
Yeah, sure. So I did, and like, ended up liking it a lot. Seen a lot of crazy things, heard a lot of crazy stories. And the guys that I work with are really cool too. So that makes it a lot easier.
So what was your job? What exactly did you do?
Okay. Yes. So I had like 3 jobs. So one of my jobs was I was like a gopher, a runner. Like I'd pick up paperwork, take it to the courthouse, pick up death certificates, pick up cremations and deliver them to families. I would.
Did you ever get them mixed up or drop them or anything?
No. Thank God.
He just puts an ashtray back into it.
He smokes like a pack of cigarettes just to make sure.
He drives out front of a bar and just grabs the ashtray, pours it in. Hey, he's all here.
So, and then I would, one of my favorite parts about the job, and now it's going to sound morbid, but I would be on call at night when people would die. I'd go pick them up.
Oh, wow.
And like I'd get calls like at 1, 2, 3 in the morning. Somebody died at a house or a hospital.
So your job was to go with somebody and then like just take them.
Well, when I first started, I would go with one of my coworkers, but like I would go by myself most of the time.
But
oh shit! So what was the whole thing? You would show up to this house?
No, if it's at a house, I have to go with like a funeral director. That's the law.
Okay. Like mostly it would be like from a hospital, right?
Yeah, if it's like at a hospital or a hospice center,
right?
I would just go by myself. And
was that eerie? Was like the first time you ever did it? What were you thinking?
The first body I ever picked up was like a 400-pound woman. That was fucking crazy and
pretty heavy.
Oh yeah. super fucking.
It's just mess with car shocks.
Now,
God damn.
this whole is making sense. This whole story is making sense now. Is why Steven has this dark humor about life.
So like,
I'm over here trying not to like I'm respecting death as much as possible. Then
no, but it's part of the job.
Is it heavy? It's 400 pounds.
There's a whole TLC show about it.
God damn.
no,
You're not gonna hear any complaints about it.
Nah.
Who's gonna complain about it?
The family.
Yeah, no, but like you
kidding.
see, and then like that was like pretty cool because
God
like
damn.
you see a bunch of like crazy things, man. Like,
Does it feel weird though when you pick up somebody who's passed away and they load them into your van? Does it feel weird driving with like a dead person in the car?
You're like driving with the end of somebody's story every single time.
Did you ever stop to buy some food on the way?
no.
Get a McChicken on the way back?
I want to Slim
Do you want anything?
One of the
Do you want anything?
one time
Screams to the back of the fucking
but I
bus.
had to
Sorry, dude. These guys.
but I've had to like drive out of town to pick up somebody and then bring them back to El Paso.
Oh wow.
Oh shit!
How's that? Do you have to go through like the border checkpoint?
No.
Okay.
No. I had to go to Albuquerque one time and pick up somebody and then bring them back. So I spent like 3.5 hours with them.
Does it smell though? I mean,
No,
it's decomposing the whole time.
because they're in a refrigerator.
Oh,
Right.
okay, yeah.
So my question is,
Yeah, because they're trying to keep the bodies like as
preserved.
Like,
Yeah,
they keep it in a
yeah.
refrigerator and then like they embalm you and then they
Yeah,
dress
that's
you.
what-
here we go.
In fact, that was another job that I had. I would dress people too for the funerals.
Okay, look, this
So-
is where Wesley had
all
this
right.
question.
So did you ever? You said where you worked with like dressing people and stuff. There's something I found out about embalming and like the fluids that are ran through people who are deceased. I want to know why it's legal to make your fluids that you run through somebody look like fucking Gatorade.
Dude, it's true.
Why? Why do they look so tasty?
They look like flavors of tea,
Yeah,
bro. That's fucking wild.
Those look like those little.
Well, the dead bodies wouldn't have taken it. If
Those
it
look
didn't
like
have
every-
that.
those look like those little Kool-Aid barrel.
Yeah. But every single photo, this is just one version of them.
Yeah.
But there's like multiple different
Well, now
brands and stuff, and they all look tasty.
Well, those look old.
yeah, these
those are old.
These are
So
older.
now
I
I
was
think
going with older.
Now it's just like 2 bottles. You don't need all that anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But they do they.
So how
still
long
have
can a body
colors?
like once you like inject all this fluids on them? How long can they last?
Forever. A long time.
Yeah,
Once you embalm someone,
so they just like turn into raisins, right? Like basically.
not really.
So you're
they-
mummified them pretty much
from the inside.
from
Yeah.
the inside.
Mhm.
It
And
makes
you're
them look,
preserving 'em.
to me, it almost makes them look like they're plastic in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
Because like you're solidifying like the way their skin is and everything. And it just like,
It's like a mannequin.
Have you
right?
ever
Almost.
have you ever done it to like somebody that you know?
I picked up my grandma when she died.
whoa.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jeez.
how did that
Talk
affect
about
you?
that dark
Damn.
humor
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
that
And I
hit-
wanted to do it.
No way.
We're talking about dark humor, and
No,
then
that's
like
all right.
Misa's been here like pulling out the dark
No, I
humor
gotta tell
this
you,
whole
my grandma
time.
was here listening to that. She'd probably be laughing her ass off.
That's where you got it from, your grandma.
But yeah, no, this and then like I can't name any names, but like I've had cases where like I pick up a body from the morgue, from the county morgue behind Evergreen Cemetery, and I open up the bag and I'm like, oh, I know you.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Wait,
what I was gonna say. It's like like
so nuts.
like doing it on somebody that you know, maybe somebody your own age or somebody you grew up with, or
that would
you know.
mess me up, dude. Like to see somebody I grew up with and then like open the bag and
or
and
it could
see
be
them.
like one of those you open the bag and you're like, you fucking motherfucker, you deserved it.
That's the way
You close it back up like
You deserved it.
I knew
Good.
it, motherfucker. That's what you get.
Good for you.
Just imagine that's the way you find out though, is like opening that bag and you're like,
Grandma.
oh, he's gone or she's gone.
But you know what? It's also humbling
You know?
because like
You-
I've had cases where like somebody's grandma or uncle or somebody would pass away and they'd be like, hey, can you like pick up my uncle for us? Can you do this and that? And then that feels good. You know,
Right.
to
They
go-
trust you to
Yeah.
to
That
go
feels
and
good,
take
but-
care of that.
But yeah, like it's a cool job, man. I think it's like something people should see like one time.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So they could get
So at
an
least experience,
understanding.
because you experience what everybody's going to experience at one time.
Does that shit like in some weird way make you like appreciate life more?
Oh, all the time, because you see everything, dude.
Right.
You see people.
Of all ages,
yeah,
all
I mean,
situations.
You see everything from a stillborn to 100 years old.
Have you actually picked up a child?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
dude.
Mhm.
Damn.
Yeah, dude. People
Like,
are
I
dying
picked
at
up
all
a lot.
times.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. Really. Well, it's true. People like die like every
And I mean,
fucking-
and you said earlier, like that was kind of like your backup plan
Yeah.
to like work on that.
Mhm.
That's just smart, because if you think about it, like everybody has to die at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
well,
think
the
it's
fucked up
Never
part
ending
was like
business.
when fucking COVID was in the peak, like these funeral homes were being overran. Like they couldn't even fucking keep up with like the demand in some places.
They were
you know what I
burning
mean?
some people. Like, you know,
that's
it was
fucking crazy, dude.
Cremating
Yeah.
was
You see, I wouldn't be down to be in like a funeral home business in that type of like period. You know what I mean? Because that's like,
Oh no, it was very stressful.
and then I think, dude, I saw like on the news where a family paid a funeral home and they don't know what happened to the remains of their fucking person. Like they don't know what
there were
happened.
so many
Right.
coming
Because
in.
they were so busy, they
So-
lost track.
so funny story.
Imagine trying to tell that to a fucking family.
Funny story. When I first started, I was sitting on I had like this little desk where I would just keep my things, and there was like these white boxes stacked up all around like my table. And I'm there eating lunch, and then one of the ladies is like, "Well, why are you eating there?" And I'm like, "Because there's no place else to eat. I guess this is my desk." And she's like, "That's the cremation table. Look all around you. All the boxes are on there. Those are people. Why are you eating there?"
You were the
It's the
best
Last
dinner
Supper.
guest. You were
That's
the
what I
best
call
dinner
it.
guest.
The Last
The
Supper.
Last Supper.
But it's real sad too, because like you see especially like with cremations and even people who die, like I've seen like hundreds of like cases where like we cremate somebody and their family never comes back to pick up their cremation.
Right. Yeah, I've heard
What
that's
do
a
you
problem
do with
too.
that? What do you
keep
do?
it. You keep it.
Oh, it
Yeah,
just
because
goes
like
on
what are
the
you gonna
shelf?
yeah,
or-
like what are you gonna do when you can't like get rid of it, and then what let's say one day they come
Somebody
in and be like,
comes,
"Hey, can
yeah,
we pick-"
where's that shit at?
See, this
Yeah.
brings up something I brought up like the one podcast I was a guest on. There's 2 times you die. It's when you physically die, and then when the last person on earth dies that remembers you. So like family just forgetting about you.
So what do you
that
guys
hurts
do with
more.
that? What do you guys do
You
with all
just
that?
store it,
We
right?
just
You store it in
put
a warehouse somewhere,
shelf.
a shelf, and just label it, put a tag on it.
And there's like hundreds right now.
Oh, maybe.
Is that a legal thing? Like you have to store it and then put the
Yeah,
name
I
on
mean,
it?
yeah.
It's just out of respect. I think,
Yeah,
I think
because,
it
like, I
just
mean, you
comes
don't,
out of
like-
it.
like let's say you get rid of it, and let's say the family comes in, oh, like years later,
Right.
oh, I want to pick up my husband or whatever, and oh, we don't have it. Well, where is it? And then all this shit.
Well, you never came back from. He ran away. He blew into the air.
Dude, that's fucking wild.
Flew away.
We had a fan problem. Just went
Okay,
straight up.
so fucking that was some serious talk.
That's
right
crazy,
there.
Yeah,
man.
that was
I mean,
crazy.
that, for me, I think that's just crazy because I've met several people with like crazy types of jobs, but never thought like I would meet somebody
Funeral
that
worker.
worked in a funeral worker.
It's
Mhm.
interesting though.
And then
And then next thing you know, now he's a comedian. Super dark comedian. That like, oh, cancer? Yeah, that's nothing. Have you heard about death? Let me tell you about that.
And then and then you meet like cool families. Like one time I was picking up somebody, and then like the family gave me like $100. I didn't want to take it, but they're like, no, please take it. And I was like, all right.
It's like a tip. Like
They're like, we couldn't
care
wait
of
to
him.
get rid of this motherfucker.
But yeah, and then like
Hey, take them. Don't bring them.
I don't know if you heard this joke, but it's a true story. Like all my jokes are all made up except for this one, because I just think it's fucking hilarious. Like this guy, he passed away. He had no legs, and the sons are just staring at me. Like one of the sons is just looking at me. He wants to ask me something, dude, and I'm like, fuck, this guy's gonna ask me something like,
Yeah, you already know.
Is it half off?
No way.
That's what he asked. What?
Yeah, so I was like, okay,
Damn,
okay.
people be fucking. That's fucking stupid, bro.
No, so
said
I'm
half
done.
off.
I'm done. And then like, is there any questions or concerns? Here's the funeral director's card. Here's his number. We're gonna call you to set up an appointment. But is there any questions before I leave? And this is like at 2:30 in the morning. I'm like exhausted because I had a long day.
Yeah.
And the son's like, yeah. And he was, and I thought he was playing with me.
Dead ass serious.
He gave me like this look like, I don't know how to say this, but my dad, he had no legs. Is the embalming going to be like half off, or can we get a discount or anything like that? And I looked at him like, I tried so hard not to laugh. I was just like,
The minute you said no legs,
we only
exactly.
give discounts when they're missing their arms.
yeah.
Sorry, bro.
These are Walmart people. That's what it sounds like.
Dude, that's fucking wild, bro.
Yeah.
Somebody would
Actually, we charge extra. Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was,
Dude, that's
We have to add legs.
and then you get like really like cool families. Like there was this one time I was in the selection room with this family, and they're picking out like a casket or whatever. And then the wife, she's like, oh, this one's nice. And I was like, yeah, this one's nice. And she's like, can I get in it and try it?
she laid in the casket.
No, I was like, I didn't know what to say. And she was like, I'm just playing with you.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That is
Why
a
would you
question.
do
Why,
that,
why do
though?
you make caskets so comfy looking, but you're never going to feel them?
Well, because they
never.
want the family
Well,
to
I don't
know.
think they're comfortable at all, because I've seen like underneath them, it's just like a
like just
board of
plank.
wood.
no, it's like they're like springs, and then it's like
They still put springs on them. That's fucking better than my bed.
yeah, and they
Fucking sleep on the floor.
it's like a
Mattress.
not a mattress, but like
It's like a
springboard.
padding or what?
It's like the stuff from like WWE.
it doesn't look
padding
comfortable. And then
that,
like the
goes
pad, you
down.
don't even like think of it like the padding's maybe like this then.
Are people
Yeah.
do
They're
people
not gonna.
get do people get super picky about like what kind of casket
Oh,
they
yeah.
pick?
Yeah, of course,
Really?
dude.
The
Yeah.
thing that
That's like
nobody's going to
a
see
whole
that's going to be
deal.
buried like 15 feet under the ground. I want it to look
As long
this
as
way.
mine glows in the dark.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you get all types of questions, man. Different types of people. I got this one call one night. I got this cholo, I guess he like overdosed or something. And I went to go pick him up at his house. And
You almost fought him because he was in another gang or what?
no, well,
He was an Eagles fan.
No, well,
He's a Cowboys fan. He had a Cowboys tattoos on him.
The gang members didn't want me to take him. I was going into the house with the stretcher and my funeral director, and they were like, "Nah, fool, you're not gonna take him. You're not
The
gonna
fuck
take
were
our
they
phone."
gonna do with them?
I don't know. And I was just like, no, I have to take him, because if he's gonna start doing things you don't want to see.
Yeah.
And they're like, nah, no. And then
We
they
got him.
like got my they like kind of like pushed my stretcher back into me. So
You fought him off.
no, like I went to my van and I had to call like the sheriffs or the cops. And sure enough, like 3 units just roll in, and they all like dispersed.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. But that was crazy. That was like one of my craziest calls.
That's
Wait,
fucking
I
wild,
just
bro.
wonder what they were gonna do with that body.
And then another case.
They were gonna revive his ass.
There's
bro.
still drugs in the system. That's why.
I'll sell him off
And I picked up this guy, his dad died, and he was just really pissed off for some reason.
because he died. He's like, he owed me $50.
Yeah, well, like because you know what, like people react to death real differently.
Yeah.
Right.
So some people get angry, some people scream, some people they know
It's gonna happen, yeah.
so they're ready for it. And I had like a bunch of like cholos like want to jump me in the back alley when I was dropping off the body, because I picked up their homie.
Oh shit!
Damn,
Yeah.
dude.
You're
Yeah.
trying to kidnap our boy?
Yeah, pretty much.
He's all dead and shit. It's like, what are you gonna do, bro? What the fuck is?
He's
the
like,
point
get
of
up, dude. Get up. Run.
that shit is fucking crazy.
That's
dude.
crazy, bro.
Dude,
People are
I
wild.
think
Chris,
to-
could you
no,
work there?
no. That's what I was gonna say. To summarize this all up, fuck no, bro. No, not at all. I would never want to work at a fucking funeral home.
Okay, what about for like a month for like 10,000?
I mean, I'll do it for like a day, but like, dude, no, dude, like that shit makes me like super uncomfortable,
Well,
dude.
I don't know if you knew this, but like during the pandemic, when it was like at its peak and people were like dying left and right,
Right?
Yeah.
the county coroners were hiring.
Yeah, dude,
They were hiring, and they were paying like $30 an hour.
right
Yeah.
to help fucking
to
move
help
bodies and
just
shit.
to move bodies and stuff.
Yeah, dude. Yep. Nope. Not down.
That was like 40 hours a week because it's like nonstop. There was like people like us. 2,000 people dying a day and like at the
Not down.
climax of
Probably
it.
maybe even more than 40 hours.
Fucking Rona, dude. Rona reminds me of my ex, bro. That bitch just fucking ruined a whole year of my life. And then she just left out of nowhere with my dad.
And now you're stuck wearing
Yeah,
a mask,
that fucking
trying not
bitch.
to be seen.
That fucking bitch Rona.
Yeah, breathing problems now.
Bring my dad
Yeah,
back.
and then like not to get back into the comedy thing, but like Otis Hicks, after I got done with
Didn't he work at the porn store?
yeah the guy who works at the adult sex shop,
Right.
I'm sitting down and he sits down with me. He's like, I just want to know something. Where do you work? And I was like, oh, I run a plumbing business with my dad and I work at a funeral home. Oh, okay, that's it. That's where your humor comes from.
That's where it all started.
That's where it
right there.
starts. And I was like, yeah, because like, you know what? Like you have to, for people who work there, and then like cops and firefighters will tell you the same thing is you have to you have to
make the best out of it.
You have to make it as normal as, because you don't have a normal job.
Or you're going to lose yourself.
Yeah. And like, I would remember like sometimes I get like so sad when like I would pick up like a kid or something and I'd be home like, oh, that's fucked up. But like, I can't do that every day.
Should have stayed in school, kid.
So he starts writing a joke
Should've
about the
stayed
kid.
in school.
Hey, if my kid's listening, that's what happens. He's gonna pick you up if you don't stay in school.
He starts writing a joke. Today I
Stay in
learned
school.
kid crossing is actually a real thing. That's
Dude,
what I learned at work today.
That's fucking crazy, dude. God damn it, man. I'm not down to work at a fucking
Yeah, I feel
funeral
depressed now.
home. That shit's
Wow.
fucking
I could
wild.
do it. I could 100% do it. I'm so like, just
You have
cut
no
off.
feelings. Wes
My
has no
grandfather
feelings.
died. My grandmother died of cancer, like horribly. My grandfather died in the shower.
I'm sorry, Wes. What is horribly out of cancer like?
It was very painful for her, but I
She was
wasn't
like,
there.
well, you know,
But the thing is, it's like I didn't react to it. My parents, my whole family was like very emotional, and even though I was close to both of them, I was just like, "Well, that sucks." And that was about it. That was about it. I mean, like I'm
You're
so
cold,
disconnected.
bro. You're cold. He's a
I think
heartless man right
it's
here.
Hollywood.
He's as
but not only that,
cold
but
as
but not only
ice.
that, like you got to be ready to see everything, dude. You're gonna see cancer patients, car accidents, people with diseases,
I live on the internet.
Kids.
I've seen it all.
kids, old people, middle-aged people.
Thank God we're on a podcast.
Bro, what
Yeah.
would there ever be a chance that you would see somebody that had their head cut off?
Oh yeah,
What?
yeah. In fact,
What?
I know he's talking. I know.
That's wild.
I have this new joke that I'm gonna practice about like carrying a dead person's head around.
Oh my God.
That's, you know what? That is a good segue.
Dude.
Yeah, I picked,
Okay.
I picked up this dude's head, and it was right before my lunch break. So when I picked him up, I just went bowling.
Dude,
Was it a strike though?
there's a fucking story
perfect game.
that happened recently in Las Cruces where this guy decapitated another
I
guy.
heard about that.
Did you hear this? Hear about
Did
this?
he not like eat someone's
Dude, look at
body?
that guy. What's
No,
wrong?
dude. Okay, look. So this
Looks
guy,
goofy.
this guy, dude.
He's off his
So
meds.
crazy fucking thing, dude. This guy decapitated another homeless guy at a park and started kicking his head around like a soccer ball, bro.
And nobody saw him.
No, people did see him. That's why they were like, dude, what the fuck is this? But anyways, the worst part about this,
I want that footage. I'm not gonna lie, as bad as it is,
Bro,
I kind of want that.
the
footage.
worst part about this guy was charged with the fucking aggravated assault with a deadly weapon back in the day in 2017.
So that's
for shooting somebody.
That's him back
Shooting somebody?
Right.
Yeah.
And then they fucking dismissed the case
Why?
because they said they didn't have enough evidence. And then 4 years later, he decapitates a guy in the park.
So and then now they're like, oh wait, never mind. Yeah.
So I
Well,
don't
this
know if
guy's
you guys
fucked.
know there used to be a website called Ogrish where you could watch some
Yes, you can watch
horrifying
some
things.
nasty
I
ass
saw
shit
some
on there.
ISIS videos where they actually beheaded somebody.
Oh shit.
And let me just tell you, it is not easy. It would take them 3 minutes to cut that head off.
Right.
So like
It just depends what kind
and
of knife you got.
They had a machete in that one.
Right.
This guy had a normal pocket knife.
Dude, this shit was wild, bro. Like,
This guy took like an hour.
and then he was kicking the guy's head at people's cars as they drove by.
No.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Dude, this shit was fucking
I threw
wild.
snowballs.
It's
at
like you're
cars when I lived in
driving.
Missouri, dude.
It's like I'm driving with Chris, and then all you hear is like poof poof.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Chris, what the fuck was that? And Chris is like, somebody's head. And I'm like, what?
That's literally like what some people fucking had to deal with right there. That's fucking wild, dude. Okay.
It's
So
crazy.
let's stop talking about death and beheadings because it gets me real down.
Thank you,
and-
Steven.
I think
You
all
know
the
what I mean?
stories you chose involve death.
Yeah,
in
but
some way.
I don't think I want. No, you know what? The other one was really bad. That other story, the fucking. You guys saw that fucking.
Well, you get a dark comic on here.
Oh,
dark
right.
you know that building that collapsed?
Yeah, the housing complex
Yeah,
that
that's
collapsed in
crazy.
fucking Miami. That was sad,
That
bro.
is crazy.
Absolutely.
And this shit collapsed overnight, and two parts of the building.
It's like
collapsed.
160 people already.
Imagine being like this apartment right here that didn't collapse, and you just saw all your neighbors fall and just like buried by like
Buried
a
in
ton
fucking-
of concrete.
And this
I
happened
mean,
like
you
in the
probably-
middle of the night, right?
Yeah, it was like
2
2
a.m.
2 a.m.
So
yeah.
everybody was sleeping unless you're like us and we
barely
drank
showing up from the bar.
Yeah.
Dude, can you imagine like you leave your house and then you come back to your apartment and
And it's
looks
gone?
Like, you're just like, what the fuck? Like,
Or you,
No.
or you're
If
like,
that happened to you, you would be like literally the luckiest person.
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah.
Because
I would keep drinking forever.
I was talking about it with Chris earlier. It's so crazy because they're not going to be able to pick up concrete and find you if you're still alive
Right.
underneath there. There's no amount of like it's going to be like a week and you're going
Right.
to starve to death and you're going to just sit there screaming. But if they come in with a bulldozer, it's going to possibly damage people.
Right.
You know, cut them in half. All
And
this other
dude,
stuff.
and then I
it's
was
just like-
saying, dude, like imagine being stuck, right? You're stuck under like all this rubble, and you can hear like either like your child or like your significant other next to you stuck as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like imagine the agony that you would have to go through as you guys are both like fucking passing away together, essentially.
Yeah, it sucks.
That shit is fucking sad,
But
bro.
it's long term. You can't just like you're stuck with 1 foot of space.
You're fucked.
That's,
Do they know
that's
what caused
if
it?
you survived.
That's
that
if you
whole
survived. I
collapse.
mean,
Yeah.
there's a chance you probably like could have survived. I mean, you're probably your legs are broken, whatever.
but you're going to starve.
But
to death
now
because
you have to mentally like sit through that while all this shit is happening.
Yeah.
And you can't do a fucking
people are
thing.
walking on
about
you.
it.
Like
yeah,
the
and you have to,
firefighters.
like Wes says, you have to go through the whole thing of like them moving, everything on top of you,
Right.
and like moving something could collapse something else.
Right.
Like
Just make it
imagine like
worse.
one of those slabs even broken. That's gonna like weigh like a ton.
Yeah, dude,
So moving
that shit
just
is
one
fucking
slab
wild.
and then moving some other stuff, there's no way they're gonna find everybody.
Yeah, dude, this shit was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
The other crazy
Dude,
ass
just
story.
imagine like sleeping, like you're asleep, and then like you feel like an earthquake, and you open your eyes, and like your neighbor's gone. Like I feel like Steven, if Steven lived there, he'd have been like, "Fuck yeah, you fucking asshole." That's what you did."
Yeah, for fucking playing all that loud music.
Or you wake up.
How
and
does
you're like-
that feel, you piece of shit?
You're like, turn off the moon. I can suddenly see outside. And it's just like an open thing. But no, my heart goes out to everybody
Yeah,
that's,
dude.
that's affected
And then
by this.
the last story that I just wanted to bring up was it happened in Houston. They had 153 employees from a hospital either resign or were fired over refusing the COVID vaccine, which is kind
These
of
are hospital
of
people.
fucking crazy, dude.
Wait. So people that worked at the hospital,
That refused-
150 something, they
Right,
refused to get the vaccine, and they got fired because of
They
it.
got either fired or they
They
quit.
quit because
Right.
of it.
They had a month to do it.
Right.
From what I read, they had a month to get the vaccine. And these are the people.
All right,
that
Steven,
just-
vaccine or no vaccine?
I got the vaccine.
He's vaccinated.
Hey.
Are you on the Moderna diet?
Yeah.
No.
I'm
Yes,
Pfizer.
me too.
Pfizer boy.
I heard Pfizer's like the best one to get.
Yeah,
That's the
Pfizer.
one I
I
got.
thought the Moderna
Pfizer
one was
was
the best.
Who got the Johnson and Johnson? He used to be
Right.
black. Look at him now.
My brother-in-law works at Walgreens, so they had no shows, and that's how I got.
So
before-
Wesley had the plug.
yeah, I got the
vaccine
plug.
plug.
That's how I got
Nice.
mine too. My
yeah.
dad.
I was like on the fence about it, because like you hear all these like conspiracies and like, my uncle, he's a
QAnon.
doctor, and he was like, it's going to take like 4 months to even perfect that vaccine. But the way they did it is like pretty incredible. Yeah. Except for Johnson and Johnson. They fucked that shit up.
Johnson.
Yeah.
Like, makes my eyes
Like I
water
said, look at Blue. He used to be called Black, but now he's Blue.
But yeah, no, I got the vaccine. I didn't really like how it made me feel after the second one.
Yeah.
But no, I mean,
You're
I-
vaccinated.
See, that's
Second
what's
one-
crazy. Look, man, like my wife got it too and everything. And I don't know, a few people in there is like, dude, after you get the second one, like you start feeling like shit.
yeah.
The second
Whatever.
one for me, like my skin just got very like sensitive, and
Is you too white?
Yeah, the sun hit me too much. No, I was kidding. No, I got very sensitive because I had COVID. I've had COVID before, and it was the worst thing I've ever experienced. But it was like a baby version of COVID, and it lasted for like 3 hours.
Dude, for me, it was like I got the shots or whatever, and then like you know, I didn't feel a difference. And then my wife got the shots, and then she got pretty sick or whatever. And then I was like, "That's so crazy." And she's like, "Look, you didn't feel it because like you're always hungover." You can't even tell the difference.
I think that's kind of why people don't want to take it, because they're afraid of getting sick after they take it.
Honestly, I didn't get sick at all, dude.
I can't waste a day being sick.
The same thing happens with the flu shot. Like people get sick sometimes afterwards. So it's like, dude, what are you guys complaining about? It's not like a new thing. Oh, 5G. My phone is 5G right now, and I'm not mutating right now. Like Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Even to this day, okay, like my daughter had a volleyball, her first volleyball game today. And then after the game, like one of the coaches came up to like all the whole like parents, and they're like, "Is it okay to like shake hands or like fist pump, or do you guys want them to like elbow each other or whatever?" And then some guys just yelled, I was like, "Fuck that, let them hug it out." And I was like, "Yeah, all right."
Said, "Fuck COVID." He said, "That shit's over, homie."
What are you talking about?
Especially with all the ball, like the ball constantly hitting her in the face, apparently.
I mean, I did my part for them. I wore the mask and I did, but I wasn't one of those like annoying people that like tried to be like the mask police on Facebook.
You mean Karen?
Yeah, it's just like I hated those people. Those are the people I make fun of.
Right. They deserve
people
to be fucking
I
made
joke
fun
about.
of.
I'm not gonna lie. I made posts like that because my sister and my mom, if they got COVID, they die. So I was like very strict about it.
We're thankful that they didn't, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and my sister just had a baby. So
Shout out.
Boom.
All right, guys. So we're coming up on 47 minutes here. Let's transition towards the back end of the podcast. Do you guys know what time it is?
What time is it?
What time is it? Steven, do you know what time it is?
I don't know what
No?
It is time for the 5 random questions here at Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast, hosted by your boy, Chris Marcus.
I was waiting for it. Anyway.
Is that
Jesus Christ.
I just want to make sure everybody heard.
Bro.
Oh, that's the noise. That's the noise an eagle makes.
That sounds more like an eagle than your fucking bullshit God bless. You're a fucking idiot, man. Whatever, dude. Okay. All right. So, Mr. Steven, I have 5 random questions for you.
Okay.
Are you ready for this, man?
Let's do it.
Okay. Misa, are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Wes, are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay, cool. Question number 1. If you could only drink one beer for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh,
Yingling.
What is that?
What is that?
It's a beer from Pennsylvania. Yingling.
Yingling.
It's coming to Texas like in the fall.
Okay, so this
is it sponsored by the Eagles?
No.
Okay, so what kind of beer? Why would it be sponsored by the
Is it a stout?
What kind of beer?
No,
More or
they're a
less?
lager. It's a little bit.
It's a
They have
lager.
like different
Okay.
ones, yeah.
Okay,
It's
nice.
like the Shiner of the East Coast.
Where can you get that?
On the East Coast.
Online.
They don't sell it like around here?
Philly.
No.
Well, okay.
Yeah, they don't. But they're coming to Texas in the fall. I'm
Right.
super excited about that.
Well, the fall, I will join you on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, hell yeah,
Yeah.
dude. All right,
Pennsylvania.
question number 2. Let's get some music going. So, if these two animals were in a hypothetical fight, a grizzly bear or a gorilla, who would win and why?
Oh, a gorilla would win.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
A gorilla.
Really? It's that
Is
easy
it a
to
gorilla, dude? Gorillas and monkeys are like super fucking
like
strong,
superhumans
dude. Like they can like grab a coconut and just like squeeze
Right.
it and it explodes.
fucking destroy it? Okay,
Yeah.
And I even told you today that I learned a fact about zoos that monkeys are the only kill on site if they escape.
because they're that
animal.
dangerous.
Yeah,
Even tigers
they
are
look
like-
cute and shit, but they'll fuck you up.
They're dangerous. And
Well,
they're
you know what's
smart.
crazy?
They look like my kids.
Well, you know what's like crazy is real quick. I heard this story like this guy. I guess he was like studying orangutans or chimpanzees. Oh, it was
Right.
chimpanzees,
Yeah, Chip.
and there was like a bunch of them in like a cage. He was studying them, and he brought a cake in one day, and he gave it to just one of the monkeys.
And
just
they
one.
killed that monkey.
No. So when the guy came back, all those monkeys like killed that dude. they like jumped him and like
Damn.
ate him and beat the shit out of
Said,
him.
hey,
shit.
fucking
Also,
give us some
also
fucking
meerkats
cake, bro.
are murderous. Like if they want, they'll just kill one of their.
Yeah,
All right,
they're
Wes,
not-
if
they're
you were to
friendly.
be in a cage with just you and like one chimpanzee, can you beat him up?
No, dude.
No, Wes would get mopped.
Dude,
Yeah.
monkey,
I get
like
He would
mold.
get-
Like a
The
monkey will, like,
chimpanzee
literally,
would
like,
mop
rip off
the
your finger
floor.
and throw it.
I would just
fucking Wes.
I wouldn't fight. I would just start acting like him and just
All right.
do my best.
Question number fucking 3 here. Let me get some more music. If hypothetically, another hypothetical question. If the United States was cut in half from east to west, who would win the Second World War?
Oh, damn, that's a good one.
Like, are we talking like the Mississippi River, or like right down,
Right
straight
down the middle. So that would mean we would
Yeah,
be on the West
west.
Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rest of
Half of
Texas.
Texas.
Yep.
I would
We're
say
talking
west,
right
bro.
down the middle.
West.
Symmetrical.
I would
That's a
say
good
the
word.
East Coast would win
Oh,
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
because they have more
They got the most
cities.
population.
Yeah, yeah.
West Coast has
I
more
weigh.
military
Yeah,
bases.
True.
West Coast has more military.
I don't
bases
know.
than
I think I'm with you on the East Coast winning. There's
Because
substantially
you got to remember
more
on the
population
West Coast, all the
centers.
states are bigger, but there's not
Yeah.
really
Right.
anybody.
I mean,
there.
we also have Fort Bliss, so
And
it's like
everybody on the West Coast smokes a lot of weed.
yeah,
so-
but at the same time, most
lazier.
most of the people on
There's a
the West
fucking war?
Coast,
What?
most of the people on the West Coast owns most of the weapons. I like-
East Coast feels like those are the people that you see on. Hey, look at the people in Walmart.
I'm going
there.
I'm going East Coast
You
here.
know, very
Definitely. You have more population centers on the East Coast than the West Coast.
Too many hippies.
You have
on the
Philly,
West Coast.
you have Atlanta.
would be like,
Too
yo,
many
bro, it's just
hippies.
chill, man.
Yeah, dude, think about it. You have all of Florida, you have most of the population centers of Texas, you have all the Northeast.
you have
like popular
hippies and
centers.
military bases, dude.
The East is gonna win.
Great.
No, East is gonna win.
All right, we'll make it
I already
happen.
know. Okay, question number 4. Question number 4. So, this is another question for you, Mr. Steven. Would you rather be a supermodel or date a supermodel?
Oh,
I'd rather be a supermodel.
hey,
there you go.
Why?
Self
You get
love.
paid, bro.
And you look good as fuck.
I was like self love.
You're not gonna get any money dating a supermodel.
That's true. I mean, she could be your sugar mama or sugar daddy, whatever
Yeah, but
kind of
then-
supermodel you want to date.
It's
Feel me?
better making your own money.
Right. You might as well make your own fucking money in this way. That's true. That's true, dude. Okay, last one. Question number 5, Mr. Steven. What are your thoughts on self-driving cars? Are you willing to trust your life to a computer?
Not yet.
Hey, okay, not yet. Trial run still?
I wouldn't even do a trial run.
No, you would just like
No.
not at all. I think I want to be in control of the car.
When would you?
I
be
think
okay
I
with-
want to drive the
Don't
car.
some of the Teslas do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
You
been
know what? I thought
instances
it was
where they
tripping-
crash.
I thought it was tripping balls like one time because one of my friends, she posted one of her boyfriends has a Tesla and he was all fucked up behind the driver's seat, like passed out, and the car's like driving itself on I-10, and I'm just
Right.
like,
But it doesn't react to.
But that's the
construction.
thing. I don't think you could be
Yeah.
passed out. I don't think you could be asleep or anything.
It should be like Will Smith, like from iRobot, where it is self-driving, but you can hit a button and just like take over. Yeah,
I think they
feel
have
like-
that.
yeah,
I
they
think
have
that's
that.
part of it.
That's a Tesla,
Right.
basically.
But I think what's happened is like they've had instances where people have not been in the front seat of the vehicle; they've been riding in the back, and then the car will crash, and people have died that way
yeah.
because they weren't able to intervene into whatever was in the road of where fucking Tesla can
you
detect
gotta get
whatever
the phone
it
app,
was.
dude.
You know what I mean? That's fucking wild.
he didn't subscribe.
But yeah, dude. So those are 5 random questions with our boy Steven here.
Mm-hmm.
And those are some fucking random ass questions.
Can I just
would
say,
that.
shout out to Misa? Didn't piss one time. We were all wrong.
Oh yeah.
Hey man, I'm just
shit.
waiting
You
for
took
us
the
to
under you
finish
want.
now. man.
Bro, I totally forgot about that. Congratulations.
Yeah,
man.
we're
There
gonna
you
go another hour though.
Hell yeah.
So,
Thanks for reminding me. Now I gotta go.
All right, guys. So we're going to go around the studio here, give our final thoughts on today's episode, and we'll wrap this one up. So, Mr. Wesley, final thoughts on today's podcast,
Steven,
brother.
thank you so much for telling me about the old-fashioned
Oh, anytime,
embalming
man.
fluid, and I love the dark humor. It's a pleasure to have you here. And Misa, you were kind of overdoing the dark humor. You're
Oh, he was on his game today. He was on
Yeah,
his
he was
game
on his
today.
game. But like, let the dark humor guy take it. All right. But no, I had a blast today. It was absolutely amazing. Chris, you're always one of the best hosts. Blue, thank you so much for
Beer
all
man,
your support.
for sure.
And thank you. Thank you again,
man.
for
I can't wait to do this again, man.
Misa, final thoughts on today's episode, dude.
Yeah. I gotta say, real quick, Steven.
What's up?
Your humor, bro. I gotta say, there's something wrong with it. No, I'm just kidding. No, I gotta
There's something
say,
wrong with you.
I gotta say, man. Out of all the comedians, or a lot of the comedians that I follow and look at, the humor that you do, man, is something that I can relate to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm that type of guy that's just crossing the line, the silver lining. It's something that, like I said earlier, is something that everybody has, that knows it's funny, but there's, it's like they hold back a lot.
Yeah.
But honestly, man, I love what you do.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Your topic humor is something that, I wish I could do. And hopefully, maybe I could take after and try and do it. But
Right, man.
Good luck to you, man. Good luck to everything you do. For you to be doing this since January of this year, you said,
Yeah.
Incredible, man. You're improving so much. Wish you luck. Wes, good shit, dude. Chris, holy shit.
Every time, dude.
Every time. And everybody listening, guys, like I said before, make sure you guys stay safe and stay fresh.
Mr. Steven, final thoughts on today's podcast, man.
I just want to thank you guys for having me on and having a couple of laughs and getting to learn about a new podcast here. I love what you guys are doing. You guys are on the right path. Thank you guys for supporting local comedy also, because we really do need it. I feel like a lot of these comics don't get the recognition that they deserve.
Right.
Yeah.
And for you guys to come out every week and just support us, even though some of us tell the same jokes over and over and over again, as messed up as they can be sometimes, you guys still laugh and you guys bring new people. And that's just the way things get better,
Right.
And no, I'm excited for the future. I just booked 2 shows in end of July, early August. So
Where at? Let us know.
So the first show is going to be in Albuquerque, the 28th with Jamar Hall. And then I'm going to be featuring for Otis Hicks on the 5th of August in Las Cruces. So,
And do you have an
Nice.
Instagram that like shows any of your stand up or anything?
yeah, well, like I barely getting into starting posting stuff. People are like, well, we want you to post stuff. We want you to do stuff. And I'm just like, okay, like, all right. So, I posted a Casey Anthony joke the other day. Yeah,
I watched that.
We watched that right before you got here.
But yeah, no, it's fun. You can follow me on Twitter, on Instagram, Puga20, Puga20. And once again, I can't wait to do this again, guys.
Oh,
This
yeah,
is so
dude.
much fun.
Dude.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. Final thoughts on today's episode, guys. Number one, thank you all for being here again. Blue, Wes, Misa. This was a tough one for us. See, we hadn't done 2 podcasts in one day back to back like this. So this was cool. Steven, thank you for showing up, dude. Giving us some of your time. This had been in the works for a while, and I'm glad we finally got you in here. And you know what? I think it's really cool that you said how like you guys appreciate us going out there and supporting like the comedy scene. And I think it's just important, man. I mean, like you guys are like I said, it's easy to go to a bar and just sit and drink and listen and bullshit the same way you've done it over and over again. But I do think there is something special about going to an open mic or where there's live comedy, live entertainment that sets itself apart from being at any other bar.
Mhm.
And I think that because you guys are so committed, like that's why we go out and support, because we
And
want to
guys,
see you guys continue to thrive and to be able to put this
So
on. You know what I
everybody
mean?
listening, guys, like Chris said, man, like don't just get comfortable with like your regular outgoing, going to a bar, dude.
Yeah, do something different.
Go do something different, guys, and I promise you guys, this is gonna be fun, man. You could take your parents out, you could take your friends out, you could take coworkers out.
Make it a date.
Yeah,
Make it a
dude.
day, man. This
Make it
shit
a
is
fucking date,
it's
dude.
fun, man. And at the end of the night, you're gonna end up fucking getting home and you're gonna wake up with your stomach sore because you laughed so much.
Yeah,
you're gonna
right,
be like,
dude.
fucking Steven, you fucking asshole.
But yeah, dude, for real, like that shit is important. And like, it would have been easy for us to just go out one time and see you guys, and then that was that. But it's something that consciously we do, that we want to support you guys and also like bring you guys on to tell your story. And that's why I kind of told you, like with Darius, I wanted you guys to be separate.
Yeah.
Because it's a whole, you guys are 2 different
fixated on
people,
doing
bro.
it together. I was like, all right.
Yeah. No, you
I
guys
don't
are
care,
2
bro.
different
Do what you
people.
wanna do.
2 different people.
And I want to get the story from both of you on your own without having like any other distractions or things like that. So with all that being said, guys, guys. Thank you all for listening. Make sure you guys are subscribing on YouTube, fucking following us on Facebook, liking us on Instagram, Apple Podcasts, leave a rating and a review. This was episode number 82, Ocho Dos.
Yes.
Of Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast, featuring friend of the podcast, Mr. Steven Puga, local comedian here in EP. So with all that being said, guys, we are... Sheesh.